And welcome everyone. It is time for Jim Comics Top Picks for New Comic Book Day this upcoming Wednesday, March 1st, 2023. It is Friday, February 24th. I'm getting this video out. I finally moved into my new house. I've been away for a little while. I think the last video I put out was beginning of January, but yeah, it's just been hectic times moving and getting set up in a new house and everything else. I just got my satellite hooked up today. It took me a month to get that hooked up. What a pain in the ass, but finally got TV. Just got my internet a week or so ago. I'm up in the mountains, so yeah, anyways, it's good to be back talking comics. Hope you're all doing well. Want to say you're all awesome, except for Nick, a key collector, because he's a knob. I'm kidding, he's awesome too, but he's still a knob. Yeah, anyways, we'll get into what I'm looking at this week. There's a bunch of stuff happening in the comic world, which I'll touch on. Some of you may know about it already, but hey, I'm going to talk about it anyways. I do want to start out real quick by talking about Dungeon Comics. They are a brick and mortar store on the east coast of Canada and Ontario. They also have an online store, and I bought a lot of stuff from them, and I have no affiliation with these guys at all. I've also recommended them for online because they provide really good service. But I heard through the grapevine that they got broken into in the last little bit, $100,000 worth of comics stolen, which is really shitty. A whole bunch of graded books. There's too many to list here. I'd be rambling on for 10 minutes, but I'm going to put a list of the books in the comments section. A lot of them are CGC with the serial numbers and everything, so if any of you come across them, I mean, most likely whoever stole them is selling them online, because there's been a whole bunch of stores in southern Ontario that have been broken into, and it sounds like it's the same guy, so either he's a hardcore collector, which I doubt, or he's just flipping them online. So if any of you come across them and you don't want to get involved, that's okay, but maybe just shoot me an email, and I'll put my email down in the links below in the comments section as well, and you can let me know and I'll let him know, and that way you stay anonymous, but if that's what you want to do. Anyways, I'll try and help the guy out, because that's really shitty. There's been a lot of this going on lately as the economy goes for shit. That's, you're going to unfortunately hear more about it, but anyways, we'll get into what I'm looking at this week. We got some good books out. We're going to start with Dark Horse. We got Skull and Bones #1. Only the one cover for this one is going to probably be a fairly low print run. It's a video game, it's a comic based on the video game Skull and Bones, which was supposed to be out next month in March. But this game has been delayed a bunch of times throughout its development, and it sounds like it's delayed again, and who knows if the game's going to be any good, but it's worth a shot for cover price, because I'm going to show you a few. I mean, as an example, Bloodborne, talked about this book many times over the years. I got cover A, I got first print and second print. Totally worth picking up, because they're usually lower print runs, and a lot of times, even if the game isn't great, they do get optioned down the road. So anyways, I'm recommending that one for sure. That's one I'm getting for sure. That's it from Dark Horse. From Image, I got Phantom Road #1. This is a Jeff Lemire title. I try to pick up most of his stuff. He's a good writer. It's 3 covers. None of them are great. I'm just getting cover A, but it's one I'm picking up from him. Marvel, nothing from DC I'm looking at this week. For Marvel, Cosmic Ghost Rider #1. There's been, he had that limited run series that Cates did, and then he's been in some other, I think there was a one-shot or something if I remember right. But this is his first standalone ongoing series, and a bunch of covers for it. Personally, I like cover. Stegman's got a cover. There's a regular, like a trade and a virgin through Marvel. That's probably the one I'm going to get. That's what I think I like the best. I'll probably get A on that one actually, but Cosmic Ghost Rider, that character's sticking around. Just pay attention. I know right now he may have cooled off and all that, and not a lot of heat on him, but trust me, down the road there will be. Hallows Eve #1 is out this week. Bunch of covers for this one. This Rose Besh has got 2 covers, like a trade and a virgin, much like Stegman did, or you can get aftermarket comics. But anyways, really nice cover, really good artwork on that one. That one I'm picking up for sure. This one I really hope you're getting this one. Miles Morales #2, the second print. That is your first full appearance of Rabble. Anything Miles and Spider-Man, absolutely get it. And I've been saying for years, pay attention to these second, third, fourth print runs, because as is usually the case, they're a way lower print run, harder to come by, and when characters take off, they're absolutely worth the investment. So the original one came out back in January, so it's all January 11th, so it's about a month and a half after that one. Couple other ones, Star Wars Hidden Empire #4. Cover A's got the Formatic Cage on the cover, and I always get Cover A anyways, but if you're going to get one, that's the one I would get. I don't know if Formatic Cage has been on the cover or not before, but I recommend that one. Been a good series. And last one is Star Wars High Republic Blade #3, a few covers for that one. So my picks this week, like I say, it's not a huge week, but Skull and Bones #1. Recommend these video game titles all the time. Like I say, they're lower print runs and usually only one. This one's only one cover, so totally worth getting it. Miles Morales #2, second print, absolutely get that. And Hallows Eve #1, the Rose Besh cover, trade or the Virgin. Boy, those are really nice. Really nice artwork on those, man. I like those. Those are great. So I'm sure you're paying attention to stuff, and throughout the years, anytime any of these Spiderverse or Spider-Geddon or any of these titles come up, I always recommend getting them. Issue 1, issue 2, you know, the whole bit. But issue 1 is your first appearance of Spider-Bite, and there has been a Funko Pop released showing the image of Spider-Bite that's just like in the comic, and that's for, of course, Across the Spider-Verse, which comes out in June 2023, the movie. So if you got that one, hang on to it. I wouldn't again, folks, the reason I recommend this stuff at cover price is so you're not paying the stupid eBay prices down the road, but hey, hopefully you got it. There's a bunch of other first appearances, but Spider-Bite seems to be the big one in there. What's really exciting for me, and the reason I got my Powers of 10 and books in the back, these are the Huddleston variants, which I really like. They're not super crazy valuable or anything, but boy, I like them. The artwork is just fantastic. And that was Jonathan Hickman when that House of X and Powers of 10 was out. Oh, it was the first book I read every Wednesday. It was so good, and it's been announced that he's got a new project, The Ultimate Invasion, which comes out in June. So of course, boy, and I don't even know the whole storyline of it, obviously, but I absolutely recommend that you get that on your, if you're going to pre-order something, pre-order that series because it's going to be good. And sounds like it centers around the Maker and Miles Morales. And this book, I recommended this probably 2 or 3 years ago when it was like a $1 bin book, and I know a lot of you got it, so hopefully you still do, because that's technically your first appearance of Reed Richards in that Ultimate Universe. So I don't think I need to tell you first appearance of Miles Morales, but I guess the storyline is going to center around the Maker, and Miles is kind of going to be the center of the story, so see where that goes. Another one I recommended, and I don't think this is going to have anything to do with it, but I think it's kind of cool, is Ultimate Future Foundation, FF. Issue #4 is your first Miles Morhamus. And because it's centered around Miles, I know it's a total long shot, so it would be really cool to see Miles Morhamus show up in there. You'll remember I talked about that one years ago too. Just a funny book. But if you look at the image, so you'll see an image for this Ultimate Invasion, and if you look at the Hulk, he looks like the Black Titan Hulk to me. So that brings up issue #3 of Donny Cates' latest run of the Hulk, which I did not think was very good, but after Titan made his full appearance, I stopped reading that altogether. And if you remember back in Venom in issue 10, the Maker showed up right at the end, and then he was in it for quite a few issues. He took a sample of Dylan Brock's blood and all that. And then in issue 20, there was a meeting with him and the Council of Reeds, Council of Reeds was a Jonathan Hickman creation. So more than likely they're going to show up in this Ultimate Invasion. And their first appearance, I don't have the book. I'm pretty sure it's Fantastic Four 570. I'll put an image of the book on the screen, but if you got that one, hang on to it. It's been a $20, $30 book for a while, so it's expect to pay that if you want to get it. There's also another rumor going around, and of course this is all rumors, so who knows. People are wanting to see New Agents of Atlas in the upcoming ShangChi sequel. Whether or not it happens, I don't know. But if it does, get ready to hang on to your books, because That one obviously was a good one. I personally really like. Alright, so my battery of course died as soon as I got to New Agents Atlas. I was just starting to say that I think New Agents Atlas #1, #2, First Swordmaster #2, those are really good books to have. I was starting to say I really like this exclusive, the Wave variant from, geez, I forget the guy's name. I think he's from the Philippines, really good artist though. There's also the second print, got a bunch of those. There's a third print, everything else. Totally worth hanging on to those if you got them. If you find any of these second prints in a back issue bin, pick them up because they're worth looking at. And it's funny, you know, there's a lot of other characters. You might as well start throwing just a bunch of shit at the wall and see what sticks. But there's Amadeus Cho, Lin Lee, obviously New Agents Atlas, any other Asian characters you might think of potentially. Could be in the movie, who knows, but I really like New Agents of Atlas. I think they're going, if they're going to go anywhere. And it's been announced that something is just, I think it just came out yesterday, that Something is Killing the Children is in development for Netflix. I've looked through all my boxes. I cannot find, I got the first print, second, third, fourth, fifth, all that kind of stuff. And this is why I've been saying to you for years, I hope you pay attention to the multiple printings because they keep getting lower and lower in print run and harder to find. And there's a lot of collectors that like to have them. So when you find, you know, like I say, second print of that, second print of this, second print of whatever, pick it up. Because they are absolutely worth getting. I know a lot of you initially when I started saying this years ago were like, why on the earth would I want to pick them up? By now I'm pretty sure you all get it. Like just buy them if you get them. Especially when they're a really nice cover. Like look at Venom 3, still one of my favorite covers. And I've showed this one many times. It's Adventure into Fear with Man-Thing. First appearance of Howard the Duck. And the reason I bring that up is it seems like lately Howard the Duck is starting to pop up in a bunch of places, and Marvel tends to have a habit of doing that when they've got something in the works for a certain character. They start popping them up on covers, in stories, and everything else, and you're starting to see Howard the Duck showing up on another variant this week. So if you come across this one, it's a really good one to buy. That's, to me, is a key. If I find it for a good price, I buy it. I got a couple of them already, but yeah. So anyways, and then, you know, I had to show my first cover appearance of Gwenpool. First appearance of Gwenpool, technically. Really good one to have. If you don't have it, look for it. Trust me, that's a good one to get. So anyways, there you go, folks. We got some good books out this week. I hope to be getting these videos out regularly again now that I'm back, moved into my place. We'll see how it goes. But again, stay safe out there. Hope you're all doing well. Talk to you later in the week. Bye for now.